Okay, so now we will begin. If you have any problem, just let me know on maybe Zalo, because I show the full screen here, so I cannot see the message you type in Hangout. So let's see, any feedback or anything, just send me through Zalo, okay? Say something. Ok. Giờ tụi em thấy cái màn hình rồi đúng không? Nó có bị giật không? Chưa chạy chắc nó không giật. Cô sẽ vào trên máy tính và trên điện thoại luôn, chờ cô một xíu. GCQ. Ok. Rồi cô sẽ vào cái Google Hangout này trên điện thoại luôn, cho nên là thôi tụi em cứ nhắn trên đây đi, cô vẫn đọc thấy. Trơn lần 2 cái luôn. Okay, so sorry for the technical problems because the system is just overloaded all the time. So now we just try to use Google Hangout. So please understand, yeah. Please try to understand the issue, and I'm also sorry for the inconvenience. Yes. So from last time we know that we're gonna study about chapter 8, which is performance appraisal, and then we have the 5 learning objectives like this. So I remember the last time we already explained the purpose of performance appraisal. And anyone here, if last time you didn't hear about the purpose of performance appraisal like this slide, please let me know. Giờ có ai mà tuần trước cái bạn bị giật mình chưa nghe được phần này không thì cho cô biết. Nếu mà không nghe được thì mình nói lại luôn. Okay. So the learning objective is 5 of them. The first one is to explain the purpose of a performance appraisal. This is very important part. The whole chapter, like I told you before, will be included in the final exam for the writing part. So remember to study this chapter and try to follow those learning objectives. So for number 1 learning objective, explain the purpose of performance appraisal. So first of all, what is the definition of performance appraisal? So for this definition here, it is the performance appraisal is the process of evaluating employees' performance, including their skills, achievements, or their growth, or lack thereof, or thiếu. So whether they have those skills or whether they lack those skills. So the ultimate purpose, so at the end of the day, the performance appraisal is to eliminate performance deficiencies or to continue performance above the bar. Vậy thì cái quy trình đánh giá chất lượng này nó đến cuối cùng thì mục đích của nó là để loại bỏ những cái yếu tố mà gây giảm năng suất lao động và để tiếp tục cải thiện cái chất lượng lao động càng ngày càng tiến bộ hơn. And then for the purposes, we can divide into 2 groups. First group is administrative, hành chính, and the second one is developmental, phát triển. So for the administrative, normally during the year and at the end of the year, the managers, they have to decide what kind of bonus or what kind of incentive rewards they will give to the employees. So the performance appraisal is very good for assisting decision making in this area. So it's good to help to make any salary adjustments or any merit raises or the incentive rewards. So this is the evidence for the managers, for the employers. They want to give money or rewards to someone, they need to have an evidence of how the person performed, right? The second point is that it is very helpful for decision making in administrative decisions such as promotions, thăng chức or demotions, giáng chức, transfers, moves to the other apartment, terminations, end the contract and layoffs, so end the contract temporarily. Again, the performance appraisal gives the evidence for those decision making. And then another purpose of administrative purpose for performance appraisal is to shape or to improve the disciplinary purposes of the employees. Imagine for a year, the employees, we evaluate them, and then after the evaluation, you can see which one does or does not uphold is follow. So who does or does not follow the disciplinary procedures, and then based on the result, it can have to improve or to adjust the disciplinary procedures. How about the developmental? So developmental means that the performance appraisal can have the employees can develop their capacity or develop their employees' skills and competencies. So first of all, when we evaluate someone's performance, we know which are their strengths and weaknesses. So, and where is the performance gap? Performance gap between what is expected for the employees and what they have done. So, do they have a gap, or they can fulfill all the responsibility or the requirements of their work? And the second point is about the succession planning. Succession planning, we mentioned about this concept a lot of times before during the course. So succession planning is to basically prepare for the development of management within the organization or through what we call promotion from within. And then last but not least, it is good for employee career development, because based on those feedback, the employees, they can find which career development path they want to pursue, and to pursue the career path within the organization, what should they do? Okay guys, can you hear me clearly? Okay, it's good. Okay, yes, so this is why we need to do performance appraisal for many purposes. Actually, after today's lecture, I record this lecture today, and after today, if someone unclear, you can go and check the video that I will upload, okay? So, what is the steps in performance appraisal? Actually, in the textbook, they said the definition of performance appraisal is a procedure consisting of 3 steps. The first step is establishing goals and performance standards. The second one is to appraise the employee's performance, which means they compare the actual performance of the employees and the performance standards. So to see if the employees underperform, perform satisfactorily, and overperform or very good. And the last step After the comparison between the actual performance and the standards, they will give feedback and take corrective action, such as coaching or counseling, as it is required. So remember those 3 steps. It is a cycle. So it's always happen. So it's always happens from establishing goals and performance standards, then move to the next stage, comparing the actual result and the standards, and then giving feedback and corrective action, and back to the cycle again, establishing goals and performance standards again. So remember the cycle. This is a cycle of 3 steps, and it happens all the time. Vậy thì cái quy trình này là một quy trình gồm 3 bước. Bước đầu tiên là thiết lập những cái quy chuẩn về năng suất làm việc. Bước thứ hai là so sánh cái hiệu quả làm việc thực tế của nhân viên đối với những quy chuẩn này như thế nào. Và bước thứ ba là cho cái feedback và có những hành động chỉnh sửa, ví dụ như là huấn luyện thêm hoặc là tư vấn thêm. Và nhớ là 3 bước này nó luôn xảy ra trong theo một cái chu kỳ, nghĩa là nó không dừng lại ở bước thứ 3 ha, mà luôn xảy ra thêm một cái chu kỳ. Okay. So now we're gonna go through each of the steps to see what is involved in each of the steps. So the first step is to define the employee's performance standards. Performance standards simply define the expected level of employees' performance. So normally we think that we can find the expected of employee performance in job description, but most of the time the job description is just tell us what is the requirements or what is the job. For example, they will say the job requires the working hour from 9 to 5 p.m. But for the performance standards, it is something different. Performance standard is something like this. Between 9 to 5 p.m., you have to complete maybe 10 phone calls to potential customer. So this is a standard they need to follow. And normally, those standards, they are not mentioned in the job description. So the performance standards, we need to look at the job description, and we need to look at other information such as the benchmark. The benchmark là thứ gì đó mà để so sánh ha. Industry benchmark. So the average performance in the industry, other people performance in the similar positions, or external organizations performance for this position. So based on those information, we can define our performance standards. Do you see the slides defining the employees' performance standards at the moment? Yes? So now the slide is defining. No slides? Can you see the slide now, right? Okay. So again, the performance standards, we can look at a variety of information sources, and then we can define what are they. There are like how many phone calls during a day this customer service representative she needs to call, or how many contracts a month a salesperson can hit the number, so how many contracts or how many phone calls or something like this. And there are three bases of the performance standard that we can take into consideration. So basis là ba cái nền để chúng ta căn cứ để xác định cái performance standards. The first one is goals. So what are the goals of the company? What are our goals? Our goals related to profit. Our goals are related to development, or what our organizational goals. So that based on the goals, we can develop our performance standards for the employees. Job dimensions. What are the job dimensions? What does it mean by job dimensions? Anyone has any idea? To type in. I can read you now. What are the job dimensions? Okay, don't worry. Just simply, the job dimensions are the areas of jobs that related to jobs, and there are a variety of areas such as technical skills, kỹ năng làm việc. Another one is maybe communication skills, how you get along with the customers, how you perform in a team. So those are different job dimensions, and based on each of the job dimensions, we can develop the performance standards as well. And competencies model, this is repeated during the course, guys. Competencies, based on the competencies, the skills, the knowledge, the abilities required for the job, and then we will have the performance standards. So you're still hearing, right? Everything's good? Okay, very good. Hopefully we don't have any issues later, because I'm not sure about this system as well. So within the performance standards, remember we have three bases: goals, job dimension, and competencies. So for goals, this is a very popular base that we use to develop the performance standard. So for that purpose, we have what is called how to set effective goals. How to set effective goals. Very familiar is SMART model, right? SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely or time bound. So this SMART model is good to follow when it comes to set the goals for the performance for the employees' performance as well. And then we have a guideline here, 4 points that is similar to SMART objectives goals, but remember number four, encourage participation. So what does it mean? When we set performance standards or when we set performance goals for the employees, we should encourage their participation. We should discuss with them whether they are okay or not okay with the goals that we set. Why? Of course, if someone gives us some information and they force us to do or to follow that information immediately, will we feel happy about it? Will we feel happy if someone just asks us what to do and they don't let us to feedback or to speak or anything? Any answer? Are you happy if someone just asks you to do things without your input or feedback? Yes or no? No. So, not really happy. Okay, I'm not really happy too if I just get the orders from someone. So this is similar. This is the same. When we set our goals for employees, we should encourage their input, their feedback, whether they are good with the goals or whether they say, oh, it's a lot, I couldn't do it. So two-way communication and two-way participation will strengthen the goals and will have both managers and employees, we are on the same track of everything. So What is an example of of an effective goal? For example, so you can listen to the example and you can say which one is effective or which one is not. Okay. So for example, for a salesperson, the goal is to achieve 10 contracts within 1 week. Is that effective or not? So it's specific, right? 10 contracts. Very measurable, so 10. Achievable, is that achievable? 10 contracts within 1 week? So this example is an effective goal, and why? Give me the answer. Give me the answer. Answer, please. It's too much. Yes, we can say it's too much, or it's not really achievable, or it's not really realistic, even though it is timely, even though it is specific. So Thảo, can you please modify this goal and make it into an effective one? Make it into an effective goal. So change this goal and make it into an effective one if you think this one is not very effective. Divide 10 contracts in smaller goals and share to another salesperson. It is a good answer. So because the 10 contracts for 1 week may be too much, we can scale the time again. Maybe 10 contracts within 1 month, or within 1 week is okay, but maybe the 10 contracts need to be shared among other people. Very good answer. Yeah, so we remember those 4 guidelines when we set goals for the employee performance. Specific, measurable, challenging goals should be challenging but doable. Thử thách nhưng mà không phải là thử thách xa vời, thử thách không làm được ha. And we should encourage participation. So moving next, who should be the appraisal? Of course, in this slide we have a variety of people who can do the appraisal. First of all, supervisor. Supervisor is the most regular person who will do the performance appraisal. Why? Simply because they work directly with the employees and they know the job very well. They know the person, they know the job, so they are the very suitable person to do the performance appraisal, right? But they may be biased. So supervisor, they may be biased because they know the person and they not just know how they work, but they understand the person as a person. They understand the personality. Maybe I appraise this employee, and this employee, maybe during our normal life activities, I hang out with this employee more, so I give him very good rating, so I am being biased. Supervisor là người sếp, là người quản lý trực tiếp, sẽ là thường xuyên là người đánh giá hiệu quả của người lao động. Và cái người này thì tại vì họ biết rõ công việc và họ làm việc trực tiếp với những người nhân viên, cho nên họ là người đánh giá có thể là rất là hiệu quả, nhưng mà họ có thể bị bias là bị thiên vị. hoặc là sai lệch cái thông tin mà họ sự đánh giá mà họ đưa ra có thể bị sai, hoặc là họ thiên vị. Ví dụ họ đi chơi với người này, ăn trưa với người này nhiều hơn thì có thể họ thích người này nhiều hơn và họ cho người này cái điểm cao hơn. Second approach, peer appraisals. Peer appraisal is someone who work with you and they appraise each other. So it's called peer appraisal. Peer appraisal is very good because it can enhance a lot of teamwork. It can enhance a lot of team morale, and it can enhance social loving. So peer appraisal enhance or improve social loving. Do you understand the concept of social loving? Mấy đứa có hiểu cái cụm từ social loving không? Nope. Okay, social loving basically if it's a group work or it is a group project, so people feel that they are not motivated to do things and they tend to be lazy. But peer appraisal is very good to identify social loving, and I can try to improve the social loving and other commitment or the motivation in the team. Social loving đại loại tiếng Việt là giống như cha chung không ai khóc á, làm một cái dự án chung thì không ai thèm làm và lười biếng. Thì cái việc mà nhân viên với nhau đánh giá lẫn nhau thì giúp cho phát hiện được cái hiện tượng social loving này và cải thiện được cái hiện tượng này. So supervisor, peer appraisal, and then rating committees. Rating committee is a committee consisting of one direct supervisor and other supervisors in other departments. Because the good thing about this is like it can remove bias. So for one person, for one supervisor, we can probably have bias, but for a committee, we can remove bias, and they can appraise the employees at a variety of phases or variety of areas. But one thing is like the committees, because it is from many people, so maybe the results don't match. Committee thì là bao gồm một cái người nhân viên, một cái người sếp trực tiếp và 2-3 người sếp khác ở những phòng ban khác. Thì việc tốt ở chỗ này là người ta tránh được cái chuyện thiên vị và người ta đánh giá được nhân viên trên nhiều mặt, nhưng mà đồng thời cái điểm không tốt của nó là sẽ dẫn đến tình trạng là ý kiến của mọi người không đồng nhất với nhau. Okay, so you still hear me clearly, right? I hope that everything okay. So at any point you cannot hear, let me know, okay? Or you cannot see the PowerPoint, let me know, because sometimes we just stuck with the internet. Right. So moving to the next approach is self-ratings. So self-ratings, we rate ourselves. So we evaluate our performance ourselves. But self-ratings, normally, it is accompanied by the supervisor's rating as well. So we don't do self-rating alone, and then we have this result of ourselves, and then we hear, here, this is my performance review, and then just you have to follow it. It doesn't happen like that. So for self-rating, we appraise ourselves, and then the supervisor also appraise us, and then we can talk and discuss the results from both sides. So self-ratings, do you think when you rate yourself, what will happen? When you rate yourself, will you talk very good about yourself or will you talk very bad about yourself? Answer the question is very basic. When you talk about yourself, you try to talk about the good things or you try to talk about the bad things? Please. Both. And so you want to talk about both good and bad things. How about, okay, good thing, Tom. How about this? If we talk about the good things, we're gonna get a bonus because we are a very good person for the company. But if we talk about the bad things, we may not get the bonus. So which one will you choose? Good one or bad one? So this is my answer this time. If you talk about good about yourself, you can get a bonus. But if you talk about yourself very, very badly, of course, your poor performance, you will not get any bonus. So which one will you choose? And can you answer? Now you choose good or you choose bad? Good one. Yes, this is the problem. So when we try to do the self ratings, we try to talk about very good things about ourselves. So that what we call our rate is higher than normal. Khi mà nói về chính mình thì thường thường mình sẽ cho mình một cái điểm rất là cao để mình gây được ấn tượng, và tất nhiên có những mục đích phía sau giống như hồi nãy mình nói là thêm tiền thưởng hay gì đó. Thì một vấn đề của việc mà tự đánh giá là cái điểm hoặc là cái sự đánh giá của bản thân người đó thường thường là nó cao hơn, thường thường nó bị làm lố đó. Thường thường là mình hay gọi là mình hay thêm hoa lá hẹ vô cho nó hay, cho nó đẹp đó, nhìn cho nó sổ sách cho nó đẹp đó. Thì đây là một cái vấn đề của việc tự đánh giá. Then the next, appraisal by subordinates. So when we say about supervisor, peers appraisal, rating committees, or self-ratings, it is about the employees, the subordinates, they get appraised. Now appraisal by subordinates, it means the supervisor, they get appraisal from subordinates. It's the other way around. This is mainly for development purposes, not for pay purpose. Right? So appraisal by subordinates for development purpose, but not pay purpose. And for this, we should remember just one thing. We should remember one thing about this, which is called anonymity or anonymous. So when we do appraisal by subordinates, we need to consider the element of anonymity or anonymous. Cái này là sự ẩn danh ha. What does it mean? So when we give the comment about our boss, so we wanted that he doesn't know who's the person is giving the comment, right? But when the manager or the boss, the supervisor, they receive the appraisal feedback from employees, they prefer the person to be identified. So again, when we give feedback to someone, our supervisor, our manager, we normally want to not to review ourselves. We don't want the manager to know who is the person doing the rating, right? On the other hand, the supervisor, they actually refer to know the person who gives them the comment or the feedback. You clear about this point? So anonymity is opposite for employees and for supervisors in the approach appraisal by subordinates. Clear about this? You guys can turn on your microphone and then you guys can answer when I ask, okay? Next one, 360 degrees feedback, 360 degree all over around. So this is the feedback we see from a lot of sources, from a supervisor, from the peers, from the committee, from the internet, maybe from the customers who we work with. It can be anyone that has a relationship with us at the workplace. So again, this is maybe for developmental purposes, rather than pay purposes. 360 độ ha. Nhiều người feedback. Và cái này nó để phục vụ cho mục đích là phát triển nhiều hơn là mục đích mà để quyết định về lương bổng. The last one is crowd appraisal. So this is the appraisal done from the crowd online, and it can interact with a lot of sources, with a lot of people. So now we're done with the part who should do the appraising, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 methods, 7 approaches, 7 groups of people who can do the appraisal. So in the reality, it can be combined like self ratings. It can be combined. Of course, it should be combined with supervisor, or supervisor and then peer appraisal can be combined together as well. So it depends, and then we can combine a few different methods, a few different approaches for our performance appraisal. Again, do we understand so far, and do we hear so far? Yes or no? Okay. What time is it, guys? I can't see. 10, 15. Okay. Very good, guys. I'm very happy that we can listen, we can understand. Okay. So now is a very important part as well. This is super important because the methods we know, and we know how to use the methods. There are a lot of appraisal methods. There are so many. And what we do today is we go through the popular methods, and then we analyze the advantages and disadvantages of those popular methods. And then for not so popular methods, something from the internet or something based on the virtual games or from the computer, we can spend our own time reading about it to understand more. But today we're focusing on analyze the important and the popular appraisal methods. You ready? Because because last week class we didn't really finish. We only do a little bit in the beginning. So today we try to cover this chapter as much as we can, and then we can follow next week, so we can catch up with the classes, with the lectures as much as we can, right? Okay. So back to the appraisal methods. First method, graphic rating scales. Graphic rating scale in Vietnamese it is thang điểm vẽ bằng đồ thị. Okay, thang điểm vẽ bằng đồ thị ha. Graphic rating scale. This is the most familiar and popular method. So this is the most familiar and popular method. What is this method about? Look at the information in this here. Communication here, organizational know-how here, personal effectiveness here, teamwork, and achieving business results. So those are the job dimensions that we mentioned earlier, or the requirements in a job that this person needs to perform. So there are a list of job dimensions and competencies or skills like this. And there are a scale, một cái thang đo ha. There are scales of performance, một cái thang đo năng suất. The scale can be below expectations, meets expectation, or role model. So the scale is from 1 to 5 maybe, or 1 to 4, depends. So 1 to 5, from worst, below expectation, to best, role model. So they will rate each job dimension on this scale. For example, communication skills. Is that below expectations? Does that meet expectations, or is this person a role model, là một cái hình mẫu lý tưởng in this dimension? And then they go over to raise all of the job dimensions, and then at the end of the day they will combine all the score. Look at this example in Vietnamese. Chấp hành nội quy, this is one job dimension. Tác phong, one job dimension. And quan hệ, relationship. So, and then they have this scale. The scale is also from 1 to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's different terms to the scale. Xuất sắc, khá, trung bình, kém. So excellent, good, average, or below the average. This is the graphic rating scales. Yeah. Someone told me that the e-learning system is already working. So just let me try to log in and let me see, and then. Okay, now guys, take a break for 5 minutes, and then I will see if we can go on e-learning. If yes, we will go here instead of the Google Hangout. And if no, we're still back to Google Hangout. Is that okay? So 5 minutes break, guys, and then I'll let you know. Thank you so far. Yeah.